Hi, hello, good evening. You can probably hear that my voice is a little bit raspy today. I think it's official. I'm starting to get the signs of an upper respiratory tract infection, which is something I get on an annual basis. So we'll see how it goes and see whether I end up having laryngitis. So here is the wall that when I moved into the property did not have the tree on it. Instead, it had another sticker on there which said dream. And you can clearly see the coloration in the paint that I've used. But if I move over to here, you can see that the wall that I hadn't painted, like I've said in a previous video, is exactly the same colour as the wall that I am painting, which shows at some point before I even moved in, the walls never matched, and I will check them on my photographs at a later date before I officially move out. Now, the tree will be removed. I wasn't 100% happy with this final sticker for the wall. It didn't seem to take as well as the animal ones and the mushrooms that I used in my son's bedroom. So it's really weird. But as you can clearly see, as I work my way up to the light, there is evidence of watermarks and leaks from before I even moved into the property that I am not responsible for, and I am not going to take responsibility for them. The one in the corner is where the toilet is in the upstairs bathroom. And again, I had to politely, constantly request my landlord. Sorry if you can see my fingers. They're a little bit numb from being outside, so I'm struggling to hold the camera. And again, because he didn't fix the toilet for about 8 weeks, the constant dripping from the toilet where there was a hole just basically ran into the living room. It wasn't sewage waste, by the way. It was something to do with the water tank, the cistern thing at the back. So I'll explain when I do a video about that at a later date, which I'm sure everyone will find extremely thrilling. But, this is the joys of having an upstairs bathroom, which is why I'm hoping when I do finally move, I have somewhere with a downstairs bathroom. That way, if there is a leak, yes, it damages the structure of the property, but at least you haven't got to worry about water dripping through the ceiling, causing structural problems to the property that you're renting that you may not necessarily be able to see or view. But it is surely clear on these videos and on my checking in photos that all of the water damage around this light fitting and along the top of the ceiling and in the corner of this room was here before I moved in. And under no time in the 9 years that I have lived here has my landlord done anything about it. Even though it has been brought to their attention, they will swear blind that it never has been, even though I remember having a huge conversation with them about the extent of water and structural damage that this property is constantly being subjected to. So I'm going to take this vinyl off the wall tonight, and it is the 20th of December 2025, and I will finish painting this wall, which used to have my table in front of it, and then at one point it was my sofa, and then at one time it was my desk. So again, because I have moved furniture around the room, again, I explained in the previous video why I do this. There was clear evidence of where furniture used to be when it had been moved, because right behind this wall is the window to the front of the property. And whenever the sun would shine, as everybody may or may not be aware, UV light can penetrate through the windows into your house and cause UV damage to your property, and also to the coloration of the paint on your walls. Obviously, the level of UV light will change throughout the year, Also, if you choose to keep your curtains open or if you keep them closed. But light will find a way, just like water did. And again, because of that, the wall just needs a little bit of TLC. But any structural damage, I am not responsible for. And I will not take responsibility for it. So enjoy your Saturday and wrap up warm if you're going to go out, because it might be a bit of a cold one tonight. So take care of you, and I will tune in again soon.